Hey everyone, if you've been looking to take control of your health, then I want to tell you about LifeMed Institute. They focus on things like hormone optimization, genetic testing, weight loss, longevity, and overall health and wellness. Not just treating symptoms, but helping you actually feel and perform better. What I like is their personalized approach. They actually take the time to understand your body and build a plan around you. You can find LifeMed Institute in Rehoboth Beach, Timonium, Columbia, Bel Air, and Westchester. If you're ready to start feeling better and performing at your best, then check them out and take the time to invest in yourself.
Ready?
All right, Karl Schultz, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, appreciate it. I know it's a little bit of a travel, Buffalo. I guess it wasn't too bad. It's a short flight because you flew into Philly, so it's like an hour flight or something. It's got to be pretty short.
45 minutes.
45
it
minutes,
was shorter than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your flight was almost as long as the drive here. It's like 2 hours from Philly down here, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
Quick background for everybody. Military service, Air Force Security Forces, 2 deployments to Iraq. You had how many years with Buffalo, New York PD?
18.
18 years with Buffalo PD. 3 officer-involved shootings. And personally, through the course of the job, you've been through a hell of a ride personally. We're going to dive into all that stuff here. Where are you from originally? You from Buffalo?
Born and raised. Yeah,
Born and raised
Buffalo.
right in Buffalo. No shit. Okay. What was that like? What was growing up in Buffalo like? Cold?
Yeah. It seemed like we had a lot more snow growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, cold. I guess the average inner city kid growing up.
Yeah. Did
Lifestyle.
you grow up in the city?
Yes.
Okay. All
I
right.
grew up in the city. Went to school in the city.
Yeah.
Public school. Went to high school. Graduated
Right into the military?
right into the military.
Is that something you always wanted to do? Military?
It's something, once I got to high school,
Yeah.
that's when I kind of knew that's where I want to go.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what job I wanted to do.
You just wanted to serve?
I just wanted to serve. Initially, I wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Then I found out how much schooling that was going to take, and I wasn't going to be a pilot.
Yeah.
So I decided on the Air Force and security forces. Yeah.
What year was that? What year did you graduate?
Graduated June of 2004.
Okay.
Left August 1st of 2004.
What led you to the Air Force? Was that always kind of the goal, or you just was it like, it just seems like the best fit, or is that just a recruiter that got his hands on you?
No, the recruiter was great. Really good guy, personable. Not the average recruiter that people
lying to you about everything.
Yeah, he was very
blowing
upfront
smoke.
with me. He's like, "Hey, just so you know, this job is gonna suck." He was trying to persuade me away from it. But my dad is one. He was 20 years Air Force.
Oh, okay.
He was firefighter there
At Buffalo?
but then he also Air Force firefighter.
Okay.
Buffalo firefighter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then my grandfather, on my father's side,
Yeah.
he was Air Force flight medic in the,
Oh, okay.
I want to say the Korean War.
Oh, no shit.
It may have been Korean or Vietnam War,
Yeah.
but there was, I guess it was in the written in the stars.
yeah.
I was always
It was in
going
the blood there.
to the Air Force.
Yeah.
I was
That's cool.
gonna bleed blue,
Yeah.
whether I wanted to or not.
What pushed you to security forces? You wanted to be in? Did you want to get into law enforcement after that, or was that just kind of?
Yeah, my cousin was a Buffalo cop at the time,
Okay.
and I would talk to him. He's more like a brother to me.
Yeah.
Lived with us growing up. Took us, me and my sister, to school. Just drove us in the mornings.
Good relationship.
Great relationship.
Yeah.
He's a great man. And I would hear the stories he would tell.
Yeah.
And then I got just a small taste of it in the Air Force. And I was like, this is what I want to do.
Security forces, yeah. So what you get in, you go to security forces, you get all your get all your training done and then you deploy right away?
No. Go down to Lackland Air Force Base, which is right in Texas, San Antonio. That's basic training. Then you also just go right across the base to Security Forces Tech School.
Yeah.
So I was there August to December. From there, I got stationed at Wright-Patterson in Ohio, close to home, 6 hours from home.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Go there for, I think we were in training for about a month, maybe a little bit more, and that's where I encountered my first dead body, not in a natural settings.
On base?
Off base. We were helping the locals, local jurisdictions. And that was the first. We were doing we were helping the local jurisdictions search for, he was a man who had, I can't remember the exact terminology that they used at the time.
Yeah. Like mental health?
He had, yes, he had mental health issues, but he also had something where he couldn't like determine if it was like, hot or cold, or he just couldn't tell like the situation. He couldn't, and it was very cold. It's even in southwestern Ohio, and I'm trying to think. This was January or February.
Yeah, it's cold.
So he had, so he died from the elements.
Yeah,
but that I had never seen a body outside of. Somebody in like hospice care or natural. What you would expect. So to me, that was. It wasn't. I wouldn't say like life changing. It wasn't like mentally altering, but it was just like.
Just made it kind of real for you.
Yeah.
Like death more real.
Yes, death. Because he was a young guy.
Yeah.
We're all standing there as young 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids, and we're like, this dude gonna get up?
Yeah, right.
He didn't look that. It was at the time I no clue. So we did, finished up our training, and then September, it was like the fall of 2005.
Yeah.
So I get to Wright-Patterson, December, January, 0405. So the end of that year, we go to pre-deployment training, and they pretty much gave our team leaders the option, hey, do you want to go to Balad, Iraq, or do you want to go, it was like Kuwait or, something else.
So they gave you the options?
Well, I think because of the team leader's seniority, maybe, I don't know what the reasoning was. Maybe the deployment manager had a relationship with him, or professional to where they can. Yeah. And he chose Balad. We found this out when we were getting on the bus, to come back to Ohio, and we were like, some of us, half of the team were like, they were NCOs who were trying to do their own career path at this time, and then a bunch of us young airmen. So after the training, 2 or 3 of the NCOs bailed because they were like, fuck that, I'm not going to Iraq. Yeah. And, what are we going to say? Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Why did he choose Iraq? But that's kind of how you cut your teeth, and you got respect at Wright-Patterson was, have you been to Iraq or Afghanistan? Some of the people wouldn't talk to you, or they would just brush you off. It's kind of a, I guess a measuring stick, you could say.
I got you. Yeah.
One of those like, I can't trust you until you've been through it. So went to Balad in February of 2006, came home end of August of 2006.
What was the mission detail on that? What'd you guys?
For that one, ours was like flight line base security.
Pretty simple, straightforward.
Very. We had the theater hospital, 2 squadrons of F-16s, 2 squadrons of it was a
no problem.
Largest airfield. Yeah. Like we got attacked.
Oh, did you?
Every day. Oh, every day. And we, of course, we didn't. Politics does play into war. Yeah. But our mission for that deployment was just straight flight line security, make sure even if we had to worry more about the Army guys than we did. They wanted to come take pictures of the birds and but it was more so interior security, I guess some would call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we would have to cover the theater hospital. One cool story I had when I was there was I worked midnight to noon. My flight chief, I keep in contact with him. He's a great guy, retired. He does a bunch of like Civil War reenactments. He's still outside of Wright-Patterson. He's like, Airman Schultz, can you come into my office? Okay. I walk in. He's like, go get your M4, go get your M9, and go get your 249. Get the saw. Okay. Never. You never did. You never got all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to go to the hospital. The chief prosecutor in Saddam's trial is waiting here.
Oh.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? Well, if somebody wants him dead, you're pretty much dead, but just protect him up until the last.
Stick it out.
The last, stick. So okay. So it was pretty cool. Like,
yes, significant piece there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to sit there. At the time, I didn't think of how big this was.
Yeah, right.
On the world stage or on the, So it was pretty cool. I'm sitting there with him, his interpreter, talking to him before he had to go to, I think he was going to launch school or one of those bases to go get surgery. And it was pretty cool talking with him all night.
Yeah.
Hey,
He had conversations with you?
Through his interpreter.
Through his interpreter, yeah.
Yeah, we had some conversations. Then, so they wanted to keep it as hush-hush.
Yeah.
So he's at the hospital. The only people knew were the hospital commander, security forces commander, the two airmen that were watching him, which was me and then a days guy, and maybe the base commander, but I'm not sure. So there was very minimal, so he comes back. I get woken up on my day off. Hey,
yeah,
you got to go. Somebody's here that you have to sit on. They won't tell us who. I'm like, okay. So sit on him, take him to the flight line, get him on the bird. He goes back, and I come home. I'm watching Deja Vu, Regal Cinemas, sitting there. My phone's blowing up. Back when you only flip phones.
Yeah.
Like, Saddam was just hanged. We're all on. It wasn't like priority alert, but hey, just so you know, in case something were to happen. And then I see that same prosecutor on the news years later. Like, he was promised that him and his family were going to come live in the U.S. And, if you get Saddam put to death and you make it through this, then he was brought up on like fraud or something. And I'm just like,
empty promises.
I'm like, this dude
did everything you asked.
Everything you asked. He put his family, his life on the line, and then he was brought up on something. I just saw it on.
Did that piss you off? Or were you like, what the? Or not?
Yeah, but you know what? There was so much of that.
Yeah.
Like I feel for the Army and the Marine guys and some of our guys that used them, the interpreters.
Yeah.
They put their life on the line.
Yeah.
To help you, and then you just leave them there.
Yeah, just use them.
You just use them and then leave them. It's like, it's kind of like stateside. If people are using snitches or, like.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't.
Yeah.
Actively be like, oh yeah, thanks for all the info.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll be here tomorrow to scoop up all your boys. Like, it just, to me, that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I can see that for sure, dude. That's wild. But yeah, that shit happens all the time.
Too much.
Yep.
Too much. So we come home in August. Don't really nothing is really noticeable, I guess, at that time.
Yeah.
To anybody, for any of us, mentally, emotionally, physically,
You're all fine.
jacked. Yeah, we're all coming back because all you can do is work out and eat and sleep.
Yeah.
So come home the next year. I find out that I had made senior airman below the zone while I was over there. So I'd made E4 quicker thanks to my supervisor at the time. And they were like, "Hey, you have to study for NCO." I'm like, "Okay, when is it?" They're like it's a couple months, I think, maybe not even. I'm like, "All right, I'm not studying. Like I have no time." I end up passing. It was literally every question on that test seemed like it was directed towards law enforcement.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Find out that I made staff. I'm like, okay, cool. I want to go down to Lackland and be a TI. So my leadership at the time was, yeah, that'd be great, but how about you just go, we called it the schoolhouse. Just go to the schoolhouse, 343rd, go down to security forces and teach them kids. I don't want to teach them kids. I want to teach, basic training for the Air Force.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll sign off on it as long as you promise to come back to the career field when you're done. Absolutely. Like, I just want to go do this. This is something I want to do for myself and my career. Okay. So they put me through Airman Leadership School, which is a supervisory school. That's where I found out that I had made staff. I'm driving to PT. My buddy calls me. "Hey, did you see the new deployment list?" "No, I don't care. I'm going to Lackland." I sent my package down to Lackland. My TI was the NCOIC of like intake.
Yeah.
I was a shoo-in.
Yeah.
I had a deployment.
Done deal.
I checked all the boxes. "No, you're going to Buka." Now, Buka was the most dreaded because it was a prison. So it was one of those like dreaded, at least from our...
Where's Buka at?
Buka was right by the Kuwaiti border.
Okay.
So it was by Qasr.
Yeah.
There's like a port there. I believe it's southeastern. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to let this slide. So I called the NCO of Airman Leadership School. I was like, "Hey, I'm not coming to PT. I have to go to my squadron. I have to talk to a couple people that made me false promises." So I go there to my chief's office. I'm like, "Chief, what's going on?" The senior comes in. I'll never forget his name because this is where I was like, okay, I'm done. He comes in and says, "Well, needs of the Air Force." I said, "Okay, I'm going to go on this deployment for needs of the Air Force, and I'm done. I'm not re-enlisting. I'm not." "Well, when you come back, we'll send you. When you come back, re-enlist, and we'll send you."
They will send you, right, yeah. I believe you.
So I'm not re-enlisting.
Yeah.
So that's where I made my decision. And prior to that, I had taken the test for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Police.
Oh, okay.
So shortly after this, meeting, of course, I was going to Buka. I tried to swap deployments and go to Afghanistan with my buddy. Didn't happen. So I ended up going to Buka. But while I'm in pre-deployment training out in Fort Lewis, just outside of Seattle, my mom was throwing away stuff that she was getting from Buffalo City Hall. Because she's like, "Well, you're deploying."
Yeah, right.
So she threw out like 1 or 2 packets, and I was like, she's like, "Well, what should I do?" I'm like, "Open them." So she finally opened it. It was Buffalo trying to contact me for the first class.
Oh.
Which was in, that first class, when did it start? I think those guys started at the end of 2007. I think it was January of 2008. So I couldn't...
Pull that in just a little bit. Like up towards you. There you go.
So I couldn't be in that class.
Yeah, you weren't going to make that one.
I wasn't going to make that one. So luckily, after that, my dad, who worked for the city forever, like knew how the city operates. Him and my mother were taking all of my documentation down, my orders, all that. Hey, no, he wants to be a Buffalo cop. He's getting out. So she ended up going down to City Hall, kept in communication with the lady, and the lady at City Hall basically told them, if he comes home and he passes everything, we'll make sure that he gets in, because everything that they saw on their end, it just, again, the boxes were all checked.
Right. The boxes are checked. You just get to finish your obligation with the government.
Yeah. So I get off the plane. I think it was the end of June of 2008. Next day in process, drive right home. I have to do, I don't know the order of the test, but I was driving back and forth, the 6 hours, out processing the Air Force while doing PT test, mental health evaluation, which is written and verbal.
Yeah.
Then you got to do physical, all that stuff. And then August 1st, I got sworn in. So all of my July was just driving back and forth, making sure I'm good to leave the Air Force and making sure I'm good to get in with Buffalo. And that's when...
How long is Buffalo's Academy?
Buffalo's Academy is... So we go through the county.
I was going to say, is it Buffalo's PD's own academy, or is it like a...
No, so we go through Erie County.
Erie County has an academy.
Yeah, at the Erie Community College, their North Campus, so they have like all of the police stuff there.
Yeah.
So that academy, we were there from August to December we graduated. And then we go to, I think we started, at that time, I'm pretty sure we just started FTO almost right away.
Right out of the academy.
Yeah. And then you're with your FTO for 4 months.
Yeah.
So I guess Buffalo's would be considered 9, whereas some of the other agencies are shorter.
Yeah.
Because they're smaller jurisdiction, have just they don't need as much time.
I think FTO here is for around here is usually like 12 weeks, I think.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, it's roughly the same. I think it's about 12 weeks if I remember right.
Which is about right. I think anywhere between 12 and 16 is a good amount.
Yeah.
But also you can't teach life experience, work experience
to a rookie. It comes on the time.
It just comes, and I think we could agree that on this job, that is one thing that us guys who have been through certain things could teach these other guys.
Yeah.
The guys that need to be humbled. And the young guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's life comes at you and hits you pretty hard and fast on this job.
Yeah. How was FTO? Was it pretty good? Was it difficult or?
FTO was good.
Yeah.
If you were a good rookie.
Yeah.
If you weren't a good rookie, because we didn't have true FTOs at that time. It was just kind of Buffalo was hiring an influx of all these.
So it's kind of like, just go ride with this guy.
Yes.
You're going to go ride over here with this dude.
So if you rode with a guy that didn't like you.
Yeah.
Or didn't like rookies.
Or just didn't care.
Yeah,
you're screwed. Yeah.
You would come out of there after 16 weeks and
not know shit.
Who trained you?
Yeah.
So I had a good platoon. I had good lieutenants when I first started. So they moved me around. Put me with the proactive officer. Put me with the guy with 20 years on who's had a shooting and kind of sits there and makes you sit there and just, hey, kid.
Yeah.
I would pull this car over, but it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get the next day, the guy is proactive on pulling cars over.
Yeah.
I rode with my favorite FTO. She's retired now. She taught me all the paperwork, which and I think most cops know, like you don't like to do it.
Yeah.
But if you mess it up,
one little thing, and
in court, they're going to pick you apart.
If it ain't in the report, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I remember asking her, I said, hey, what do you want me to do if we get a gun call? Okay, well, we'll get to that when that happens.
When we get a gun call. Yeah.
Man, when I tell you 5-10 minutes later, man with the gun, what do you want me to do? Well, if we get up on him, you get out and chase. And then what?
Yeah, you don't know anything.
I'm like,
yeah.
Well, you just get him. Tackle him. Get him to the ground. Okay. She was very good in that aspect, though. The other guys are going to back you up. They're going to be there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You just don't touch him. You're on probation. Okay. So that's exactly what happened. It was, I think the one incident, I was with her, and no, I was with one of the older guys.
Yeah.
Car chase comes from Cheektowaga, which is first ring suburb of Buffalo, the Galleria Mall, which Drake always mentions on his songs for some reason. Cars coming, car chase coming in. What do you want me to do? What did she tell you to do? Just get out and chase him.
Yeah.
Okay. Get out and chase him. So I get out. He's running up the side of, there was like an overpass.
Was he armed?
This one, no.
This one, no.
No,
Okay.
not this one. So now, mind you, these are guys who didn't train anybody forever. So they were cowboys.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So he like turns the car my side in front of this guy being chased in.
Yeah.
And the guy bails. The car like goes off and to the side, and he's like, "Get him!" So he runs up. I jump up. I have him. Me and this guy are. I'm like, "What do I do? Throw him down." Throw him where? Just throw him down. It's like I pull him. We weren't up far. It wasn't, not like we're at the top.
Yeah.
But you got to go. Pull him down. It was like a ledge, so I could hop down.
Yeah, yeah.
And that I was like, oh, I see what she meant.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. He was fighting with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing happened with that when you were good.
Got him in cuffs and.
Was that like the wake up moment? Like, oh, this is like trying to figure out the job and like stuff like that?
Yeah. Because, you never know, like, okay, well, people are always watching, like,
yeah,
and critiquing cop videos. Like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't he? Well, we have to respond to what we're given.
Yeah. Were you thinking about that in the moment? Like not only like, what am I supposed to do, but like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Am I going to get in trouble? Were you like second guessing anything?
No, not
not
second guessing. I had kind of gained the trust with the guys on my platoon, I think, just by, hey, I'm not going to sit down until everybody gets in here. Because that's real. People don't understand. Like, you don't come in and just sit down. And a lot of people in other professions are like, what do you mean? I'm going to sit down. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Prison rules in here. Like, you're not. That's my seat. Get up. Yeah. So, I made sure I listened. When I sat down, they're like, hey, kid.
Yeah.
Stand against the wall until everybody gets in here. So, I listened to them. I didn't question them, but I would pick their brains and so, and one of them always told me, he said, when you go home and you don't worry about anything you did at work, you did it right.
Yeah.
And later on in my career, that's when I was like, yeah, okay, I know what they meant.
What's when you're time on patrol, what's the most, I guess, good or bad, what's the most memorable? Was your iOS on patrol? Your first iOS on patrol?
Yeah, all of them were.
They all were on patrol.
All were on patrol, yeah. I would say I do have a lot of memorable, like, happy times.
Yeah, for sure.
Good memories on patrol. But there are some that really stick with you and kind of build up over time for your mental health. Mm-hmm. And I think those are the ones that we pay the least amount of attention to outside of the moment that we're there dealing with them.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that they just compound over time. So I think between the foot chases are always fun.
Yeah.
The adrenaline dump that you get on those, the fight that comes with it, the
unknown.
The unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're just like, hey, I don't know. And you got to think, sometimes people run just to run.
Because they don't know.
And they don't know. And they weren't even the one that we were there to talk to or stop. So I would say outside of the fun times, the good times, the ones that were most memorable were obviously the homicides for the people who didn't deserve it.
Yeah. What was your first homicide? How long were you on with your first homicide?
I was on FTO.
Oh, you were
on
FTO?
I was still on FTO, and I was with Julie. I don't think she would mind me saying her name, but I was with Julie.
Because you had a few of them I think you mentioned on when you sent me some stuff, or you had a few homicides you responded to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what was this first one?
This first one was gang related. It was in the winter, of course. And it was over on Peck Street, going over to Peck. Some guy went into a vacant house, found a dead body. So at this time I was driving.
Yeah.
So I know where I'm going, but I don't know where I'm going. So she's kind of guiding me. At the time we're going over there, lights and sirens. So we get there. A couple of the senior officers were there. So they were like, oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
One senior officer's like, come on, kid. First dead body, not knowing that I was over in Iraq, but
yeah.
So we get in, and the door was broken. So the door was still closed, but the bottom half of the door was like kicked off.
Gotcha.
Or broken. It didn't get the whole door because it was a door that swung out. So we crouching down, going inside, and he is frozen to the floor and to the door jamb. His lower extremities are exposed, and he was violated by it was like a broom or some kind of like big stick. Come to find out, though, it was gang related. He was either a snitch or owed somebody money, something. But that was my first homicide that I was exposed to.
Damn.
And
that's a brutal one, man.
And I think he was shot. But that was one when you're first on, you're brand new on the job.
Yeah.
Everything's a story. So like all of the other guys in my class that were working, blowing up my phone after hey, what was that like? What did it look like? What happened?
Yeah. Are you like, I don't want to fucking talk about it? Or were you like, oh yeah, because you're new?
At this time, it was more of just we're all openly talking about.
Yeah, right.
Like they would call about stuff that happened in their district.
Yeah, openly sharing and no
just
problems.
Openly sharing, and you're just like, okay, yeah, that was. Again, it was a homicide, but he was wasn't there long, but long enough in Buffalo to get frozen.
Yeah.
To stay.
Was he a young dude?
So. He was, I think he was in his late teens, early 20s.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So that's where I wasn't hardened to it yet.
Yeah.
I didn't truly know the streets. Once I got off FTO, which I think is the case for most officers, is once you get off of FTO and you get to go out on your own, that call then is yours.
Yeah.
Now we're just, hey, I'll do the crime scene integrity sheet.
Yeah, you're in and out.
Yeah, you're just doing your job, and
Yeah.
unless you're the primary officer, and
Yeah.
you got to stay from start to finish. So I think, that one obviously is one of that's the first one, so that one
sticks with you.
I can remember. Then there's some from the little kids, the babies, the one I actually reached out to my former lieutenant because for some reason when I retired, I knew that you would look back on certain things and reflect. And, I reached out to him. I said, hey, I've been thinking of that little girl from the daycare. And his immediate response was, stop. We did everything we could. You have to move on. And I'm like, it's not like that. That's one that sticks with me. She was a baby.
How long were you on with this one?
This one, my son was born.
Okay. So you've been on for a while. Yeah.
This one, so yeah, this one.
So you probably had like 5 or 6 years on or something?
Yeah, it was probably right around there.
Yeah.
Definitely less than 10, but more than, it's like in Buffalo, you're considered a rookie until 5 years on. So I was in the, past that. We pull up on this call. I think it came out as like a baby not breathing. So we get there, we rush in. My lieutenant's the first one there. I'm the second one there. He comes out holding the baby, lifeless. He's giving her mouth to mouth. So I jump in and I'm doing infant chest compressions, which we all know are not like, well, maybe we don't all know, but you're not doing a full-fledged,
right,
all your weight going on to you're doing, with your fingers. And
yeah.
I'm
yeah, you just got 2 fingers and kind of pumping
I'm trying to do it, and get the baby. The ambulance shows up. They take the baby to the hospital. So naturally, I'm going up. I'm following. And the more of the story that I'm hearing, it's not making sense. Because they were saying, well, the baby threw up, vomited, and drowned. And the people at the daycare put her on her stomach, which any father who's gone through the baby course, back is best.
Yeah.
So the baby's on the ambulance. They get a pulse. They're like, we're going right now. We're going to the hospital. So we follow. Well, the baby had no vomit on her onesie. She had no vomit around her mouth. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So lieutenant's at the scene. We're at the hospital. I'm in communication with him. We're like, what? The mom, this poor mother who entrusted the care of her baby to this daycare. What ended up happening, we lost the baby. The baby died at the hospital. The daycare cleaned her up, changed her clothes, and then called 911. And that's one of the ones where you want to make sure that somebody is punished for this.
Yeah.
And nobody was ever arrested for that.
Just case closed.
Just
baby died.
Because I don't know. I didn't even want to know. Like,
what did they say the actual cause of death was?
What is that? Asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation, yeah.
Yeah, but from her own
vomit,
and then. But my whole thing was, I think I took it a little bit more personal because I had a newborn.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it wasn't a crime until you cleaned the baby up.
Yeah. Like, why clean
the
baby
up? We make
up?
mistakes.
Yeah.
That's a grave mistake, but what...
Did they admit to that, cleaning it up and everything?
Yeah, because that's when we got the information, like, the old clothes, whatever. And, I don't know exactly what happened to them.
Yeah.
But speaking to my lieutenant, that was one where
it just didn't, yeah.
Nope, nothing.
Did that one piss you off right away?
So after, not that one, things happen for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. So this is all after my son was born. I get another call, baby not breathing.
Jesus.
So we go over to the Lovejoy neighborhood. Get there. No, sorry. There's one before this. And even before the baby girl. The one before that was baby at home, multiple health issues since birth. Nothing that the parents did, but it was just this poor child was just born with all of these medical complications. The father had left for something. He was either at work or he went to get something. Baby dies while he's not home. So we're there. Now, this was in the area where we had there's a word, fitter cops.
Mm-hmm.
And the cops that were getting ready to go or should go.
Yeah.
Me and my partner at the time were standing kind of in the side yard. I think there was one of our fellow officers was inside, the lieutenant was there, and then we had a couple of other guys on overtime.
Yeah.
So we're out there, and it's one of those, a dead baby is not one of those where everybody's like clamoring to go see what happened.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we were talking about earlier, where if it's a dead body, people are...
Yeah.
They want to look.
If it's gang related and stuff like that,
yes.
They want to. Yeah, it's
if it's something like
totally
that,
different vibe. Yeah,
cops are human. We're just like all of the people who have to slow down traffic to look and see how bad the accident was.
Yeah.
So we're outside. Now we know that the father's coming. We know that he's going to be emotional. So therefore, you have to mentally know nothing is personal.
Yeah.
This is a father trying to get to his baby, but we can't let him in.
Yeah.
So we're by the door. Now this is like a side screen door with maybe one or two like wooden steps. And we're just talking. Our back is to the street because we have other officers behind us and we're talking to our lieutenant. One of the officers yells, Schultz, behind you. He might have said my partner's name also. By the time we turned around, the dad was on us. We get him. We restrain him. We're like, dude, look, man, you can't go in there.
Yeah.
And, this poor guy is crying and, but that's that one pissed me off about the whole senior officer mentality and how we run things on seniority, and how could you let yourself get like that? And then you put us in a situation to where we are in danger. Now we got to fight this poor guy.
Yeah.
To restrain him and hold him down while he's using every ounce of strength to see his child one last time. So there was that one. Then the daycare. And then the one that I don't know why. Maybe it was just because it was, for me, happening too often in too short of a time span.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty close together.
The second two, yeah. The baby was crying in the crib, just kept crying. So he naturally was like, I got to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Laid the baby down next to him on the couch. He rolled over and, suffocated the baby. And I'm standing inside, not realizing at the time how I'm looking at this guy as he's telling the story. And I'm just looking at him. And you know how you could feel it just build up?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a slow burn where you're just like, Lieutenant on the time, working at the time, was on overtime. Hey, Karl, come here. I said, no, I'm good. I got to finish the paperwork. He's like, hand it off to so-and-so. Come talk to me. So I'm like, one thing I was, like I said, good at was paperwork. I liked my paperwork to be good. I wasn't, and the guys back home will understand this, I wasn't like the suburbs. I wasn't writing 2 pages, not to knock them. That's how you should write them. But I hit all of the who, what, where, when, why. So I come outside, and this guy was tall, probably 6 foot something, and he's leaning up against we had Crown Vics, so he's leaning up against the Crown Vic, and he's like, come talk to me. He's not my lieutenant. He is, but he's not
your direct.
He's not my, so I don't know him enough to have a conversation with him. So I'm like, what's up? What's up, boss?
Yeah.
He's like, you just had a son, right? I'm like, yeah, not too long ago. He's like, you don't need to be in there talking to him. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to. He's like, you're good. Just stay out here by me. And I didn't know it at the time, but he was looking out for me.
Yeah.
And looking out for him. Because he was in tune with his officers, and even though he didn't know me, I didn't work with him or for him outside of, he was on overtime. It was one of those, you have to know your people.
Yeah. He had been around long enough. He knew how to take care of his people.
He knew, and he had a great platoon. When I first got on he had the midnight platoon. They were great. And it was just one of those, I didn't know myself yet.
Yeah.
And that's one thing where we were talking, you need to live it, experience it, go through it on the job to understand. And it just, that to me was, okay, I understand where people say that there needs to be a separation of this job and home life, but there's never not going to be a blend.
Yeah.
It's always gonna bleed over, I guess is the better terminology.
Yeah,
bleed over into it.
Was this, I know you had your son, was this during your first marriage?
So my first marriage, me and my son is, from my first marriage.
Okay.
And up until he was born, I was better to her. I was better.
Yeah.
Once he was born, So once he was born, that's obviously becomes another financial obligation.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of financial, it becomes get off at work, come home, gotta take care of the baby until. So at this time, I was working afternoons.
Okay.
So I was working 3:30 in the afternoon to about 1:30 in the morning. So I get home. He's needs a bottle. He needs a changing. So I would do that. But during that time frame, so we were living out in the suburbs of Buffalo. So it was about a half an hour drive to work. So the cost to live out there was a little bit more. The gas.
Yeah.
Everything adds up, especially when you have a newborn. And I'm not putting any blame on anybody but myself.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I've come to grips with was, the sum of all of my problems and the sum of all of my accolades is both me. I did the typical police thing. I became an FTO. My first rookie was a female.
Mm.
And one of those shiny new toy. Oh, this one has things that this one doesn't. This one has stuff that that one doesn't. And instead of, I guess, persevering and resisting
temptation.
Yeah, the temptation, the what could be compared to what is.
Mm.
And I put my son's mother through hell, like just telling, my truths, not the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a long time through me and my rookie ended up dating and getting married. And
how did that go down? How did your wife at the time find out? Did you just leave, or was it?
I think for her it was a mix of a couple things.
Yeah.
I obviously was not.
I didn't know if you told her or if she found out, or.
No, she had suspicions.
Okay. Yeah.
And then one night I came home, or maybe we came home from something, and that's just when I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave. And I left and went through the whole, divorce with her. And it's one thing that sticks with me that she told me a couple things, but the one was, Karl, I hope that you get help. You need help. You need to talk to somebody. And at the time, who's going to tell me what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
I don't need help. There's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. So we go through the divorce and I was able to, thankfully, to my son's mother, she let me have our son on every day off. So in New York, that's unheard of.
Mm.
Because our schedule was 4 on, 4 off, 4 on, 4 off, 4 on, 3 off. Who wouldn't want that? And the other thing she told me was, since you can't be a good husband, you're going to be a good father. Or, something to the effect of that, or like, you're going to be in his life. and that saved me. Because
what was it? Do you think it was like what put you to that point? Do you think you weren't happy because of like everything you were dealing with at work, and you just maybe you didn't realize it at the time, or what was it that kind of pushed you to where you weren't happy enough at home to move on? Or
I think she saw what I didn't,
right,
and that I wasn't.
You weren't you that she knew before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was nowhere near the man that I am today, or I guess the man that she had met.
Yeah.
I mean, the man I am today is.
Yeah. You were like the majority of us in the sense that the job had taken over and the job had changed you.
Yes,
That's what happens to us.
I also didn't get the proper help.
Right. Well, none of us do really, hardly.
Right. And that's why I'm glad that I'm here with you right now is.
Yeah.
I think it was the transition from the military, right from, Iraq to this, and how people always say, like, oh, that easy transition, right? You went right from the military right to this. Well, yeah, maybe if I was a trooper.
Yeah, it's different.
Maybe if I did something that was more paramilitary.
Yeah.
I went right into policing and right into the worst part of the city of Buffalo.
Well, law enforcement's like military in the sense that like you can go to different branches. They're all different. Police works the same way. You can go to different departments. They're all different. They all deal with different things, and because they're in different settings, different environments, right? So, being a cop here, like where I live, is not the same as being a cop in Los Angeles. You're dealing with you're dealing with crimes of the same nature and the same crimes, but not on the same capacity, not the same capacity. You know what I mean? Or the same environment. It's different. So,
right, and that's the thing is, I think too many people compare their trauma, whether it's cops, sheriff's trooper, anybody.
Yeah,
and that's not the case. I can't compare your bad day as an accountant to my bad day as a police officer.
right. A bad day's relative.
Yes.
Everybody has their own bad day.
Yes, and it took me a while to understand that too. And so it took a while, rightfully so, for us to get good to where people are like, wow, you guys get along really well. And like, well, yeah, I messed up really bad. And what am I going to do? Like, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Whether it's financially or other ways. And I definitely did. I didn't realize how toxic that we could become if we allow this job to take over. And the hard part is that you don't see it. And I asked friends after, I said, why didn't you tell me about, my second wife? Why didn't you tell me like what I was doing in the moment with my first one after I had my son? Why didn't you tell me I was? And they were like, Karl, you would have bit our head off. We couldn't talk to you. We couldn't tell you. Like, you would have never, spoken to us again.
So they saw a difference in you too.
They saw a difference.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to my parents for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Just for pure stubbornness, pure.
No reason, just stuck in your world.
No reason. You're not going to tell me how to live my life.
Yeah.
My decisions. Even though I made bad personal life decisions.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you tell me that I was wrong. And it took a lot of strength mentally, emotionally to just finally.
Leading up to this, where you leave your wife, you go with your trainee, who you married, right?
Yes.
Have you had your shooting yet? Your first shooting yet? Had that occurred?
Yes. So that was another. Yes.
Was that when you were married to your first wife?
Yes.
Okay.
We weren't married yet. That happened. That happened the year prior.
So you were dealing with that at this time too.
So I
Tell me, let's get into that. Let's get into your first iOS and.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, at that time, I hadn't even confronted any of that personally.
Okay.
And when
you hadn't when this happened, you didn't have your son or anything yet.
Correct.
Okay.
So, the first one, me and my partner were. It was in June of 2012. So, me and my partner are driving down Broadway.
You guys ride doubles in Buffalo?
So
just depends, I guess.
Yeah, like our.
Depends on
so,
your
like, if you have an overlap of
yeah.
afternoons and midnights, you don't have enough cars.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, we were riding together, which most of us did on midnights. And we're, driving down Broadway. Some guy chirps at us. We turn around,
Yeah.
get off the corner. We're not playing this game tonight.
Yeah.
It's the summer. We got too much shit going on. Okay. So we go to leave. Now we've already spoken to them. So now we know whose voice goes, we know. So we go to leave. Suck my dick or fuck the police. Something like that was relayed to us. So we look at each other. We're like, was that the dude we just told to get off the corner?
Yeah.
Because we knew exactly who it was. And he was selling like burned like DVDs or something.
Yeah.
Some stupid petty charge. We're like, you know what?
Yeah, screw it.
We look at each other. We're like, you know what? Yeah, he's got to go now. Because he did it in front of a group of people.
Yeah.
So we turn back around and, he tries to play dumb. No, that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we stretch him, search him, take his stuff to put in, evidence. Take him back to the station house. We hadn't never charged that. We had charged disorderly conduct but what the hell is this charge? Yeah. I don't know. All right, let's go back to the house and figure this out. Maybe the lieutenant will know. So we go back. He's there. He's like, "Are you serious?" We're like, "Yeah, he's going down for this."
That's what you get for running your mouth. Yeah.
So it's one of those. We'll be in and out of cell block.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and whatever. So now we're in an unmarked car now. He's in the back seat. And I'm in the passenger seat. Partner's in the driver's seat. We pull out of the station house parking lot. Now it's on the corner of an intersection. So we pull out, get green on the first light, we turn left. I look in my mirror, so I look over because I'm the passenger. I look over and I'm like, hey, I look in the mirror. I look behind me. You got a car coming up fast on us. No lights. Yeah, I see. Yeah, my partner. Yeah, I see it. So we're driving down the street a little bit further, and he stops. My partner stops, pulls over a little bit, and the car stops. Now, this is one... I want to say it's around 1:30 in the morning. So it's dark and all we've got is street lights. car stops behind us. So he's like, I take my gun out already. I have it on my lap.
How far behind you is he?
He's right up on our ass. Like he is.
Lights off?
Lights off. Headlights off. Can't see. We got a silhouette in his car. So we got our suspect is in our back seat. So he's freaking out. And, you know, because it comes and goes in waves.
Yeah.
Of, hey, there's a hit out on a police officer. Yeah. It never really leaves, you know, like that police department. You'll pass it along to other departments. And, it, you know, that kind of stuff comes and goes. Like, so we're thinking worst case scenario. Like, did he see us pull out and he saw that it's me and you? So this guy in the back seat is freaking out. So we stop. We're like, he's like, I have my gun out. So my partner leans his seat back. So I've got my service weapon pointed across him.
I assume you got like a partition behind you guys?
No.
You guys are open seating?
We had the unmarked car. So we had,
gotcha.
At least he was riding in comfort because he had cushioned seats.
Yeah.
But so he's freaking out and he's like, yo, get on, put the lights on, just.
Yeah, he knows the deal.
And we're like, dude, we can't. So he pulls up just short of my partner's door. So we still can't see him because now my partner's back. He's trying to get a view, but he has no shot.
So he's kind of up next to you guys almost.
Yeah, but he's back just a little bit. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, he speeds by us and then cuts a left. And again...
Have you guys called this in yet?
No, because this all happened within...
Pretty quick.
Really quick. Yeah. We're still pretty much right in front of the station house.
Oh, okay.
So we're maybe like a block or two. Like he's just trying to like go around us. So... he now speeds, you know, high rate of speeds by us and cuts a left. Lights are off, but he turns. It's 1:30 in the morning on a summer morning. Why wouldn't 100 people be out?
You're right. Yeah.
So he almost hits a couple people there. So they're like, yo. So what do you think? Got to get him.
Yeah.
He almost... you know, driving reckless, like put the lights on. So at this point, it's just a ticket.
Yeah.
Hey, ticket, get the hell out of here. We put the lights on. No, they're not the overheads, but they're in the windshield.
Yeah,
so we got them in the back. Not stopping.
And you got a prisoner in the back.
Got a prisoner in the back.
Yeah.
So we're going. Now he takes off. He's going upwards of 80-something miles an hour.
In the city.
This was later confirmed. Yeah, everywhere in the city is pretty much 30 miles an hour. People are out. So we're going. I think they got us at 60-something miles an hour. So we were pacing them, but we knew that there was an intersection coming up.
Yeah.
It was just a 4-way stop. But there was no way he was stopping. So we, you know, partner does the right thing, slows up. He flies, keeps going. People outside at this intersection too. Like, okay. So we're going, this was about 9/10 of a mile. So almost a full mile. I said, hey, he must not know where he's going because he's coming up on a T intersection and he's still continuing to go as fast as he is. Like he was going to crash into houses. So at the last minute, we see the brake lights come on and he hits the curb at the T intersection. So my partner pulls at an angle. Guy in the back seat is like laying down now.
Yeah.
He somehow finagled his way. I've never seen a grown man get so small.
Like on the floorboard?
On the floorboard, but he was literally behind one seat, like there. So we both get out. The second my partner starts to approach, reverse lights come on, wheels screech. I hear him fire one round.
The suspect or
No,
partner?
I hear my partner fire one round. I don't hear anything else after that. So I yell his name and I shoot into this vehicle. I can't remember how many times, but it was 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that number. And I could see, kind of like the Matrix, where
the bullet trace,
where my bullets were going. Yeah. Like I knew where I put mine. And in the course of me firing at the vehicle, at the driver of the vehicle, the vehicle it gets put back in drive and it starts to go in a circle. So I look over and I'm like, "You good?" He's like, yeah, I'm good." He's like, he tried to run me over. I was like, "I know." I was like, so we watched the vehicle go in a circle. So we're thinking, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So he's like, get in, let's go. And I'm like, no, let's see where he ends up.
Yeah.
Because now he's just going in a big, around us.
Like it's stuck in reverse or something, kind of like that?
Drive,
okay.
Yeah. So next thing we know, he continues to go in a right circular pattern, and he crashes into like a fence. And might have been a garage or a shed, maybe just the fence. So now we're running up on the vehicle. We've got our weapons drawn, and we're like, "Put your fucking hands out the car. Show us your hands. What are you doing?" And he looks out, the driver, sticks his hands out. "I'm just a kid." So I'm like, the wheels are still going on the car. I'm like, "Put the car in park." And there was like an exchange there. And I was like, "Are you shot?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Where are you shot?" He's like, "I don't know. I can't feel anything." So I'm like, all right. So at this time though, okay, like, you need to pull yourself out the window. And, he had his arms out there. And I can't remember if he did pull himself out the window, if me and my partner opened up the door. I think we opened up the door, but while keeping his hands out, because still we don't know what the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
Then we get him out, and I could see. I'm like, okay, he's got blood everywhere on his midsection. And one of my bullets went through the right side of him to the left, severed his spine right at like chest level, which caused him to, in the course of trying to start driving away from us, it was in drive, and that's where the wheel was turned.
Yeah.
And he couldn't stop at that point. It was just going to end where it ended, where the vehicle had stopped.
Yeah.
And the guy's in the back seat. Now we're calling for ambulance. Well, we have Buffalo Fire too. So we're calling for fire, ambulance. We're calling for the lieutenant. We're like, and then other people are calling, neighbors. And we heard shots fired. Oh, it might be the police this time. It's like,
yeah.
And this was a year where there was, for some reason, just Buffalo had like upwards of closer to 10 officer-involved shootings that year. Just one of those wild times where you can never, everybody says like, oh, it comes in waves. Like that was our year. It just came in waves. And then going back to it was, we had a great chief for our station house at that time. The police commissioner wanted to put us back the next night.
Back to work?
Back to work. This was our first or second night in. So
what happened to the kid? How old was the kid? Like 12 or like teenage, like more of a teenager?
I want to say he was close to driving age.
Okay.
I can't remember his exact age because he was nervous or scared because it was his sister's vehicle. He lived on the street that the shooting happened. He drove by the house. Meanwhile, we're thinking he doesn't know this neighborhood because of the way that he's driving.
Yeah.
He took the car to go get pizza. And that's where he was coming from when he got behind us. The pizza was still fresh in the back seat. And he got nervous or scared because he thought we got him for,
taking the car. What happened to him?
He was paralyzed.
Yeah.
For, I don't know where he is now or, what's going on. But yeah, that was one of those where.
Did that hit you that night after that shooting? Like,
no.
No,
it kind of showed several things. How shit can go south.
Yeah.
Really fast. Who supports you in times when you need people the most. And some of those being cops.
Mm-hmm.
And people, it's kind of like a death. People don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Those who have been through it do, but those who haven't, and I don't want to say that they want to go through something like that. It's more so, I think, on our end, it's they want to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make me a better officer by any stretch to anybody.
Right.
It's one of those learning lessons for, we did our job. Yes, we did it right. But even when you do it right, bad things still happen.
Yeah.
And people talk, the rumor mill on that. What people don't understand is that rumor mill can go to social media, can go to the news, can go to the defense, can go to and then people are, hey, I heard this, or people are saying some crazy rumors about this. And I'm like, at the time when you're younger on the job, you want to confront everybody and be like, you weren't there. Who are you? And that's kind of where me and my partner were at, where we were just like, wow, we really can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
We can't fight everybody. And then you want to put us back to work the next day. And instead, I think we got 2 or 3 days off, and then our regular scheduled days off, and then we came right back to work.
That quick.
Nobody.
Did that piss you off at the time?
Not at the time, because we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
We didn't know any better. And there wasn't really something in place for critical incident.
Yeah.
For us at that time. And we always joke, there's the one thing that's consistent around, there is the inconsistency.
Yeah.
You treat this officer who was involved in this way, but then you treat us like this.
Yeah.
So me and my partner, oddly enough, we're getting an award in Rochester. They called us, Badge of Honor Association. Hey, we'd like to honor you guys.
For that incident?
Yes. Hey, we want to, just honor you guys because you guys were involved in a critical incident. Come on out, have like a dinner and whatever. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'd love to come out. Because I was going to bring, maybe we were engaged at the time, my son's mother and his wife. Maybe they were engaged. I can't remember. And then we got a call from the sergeant in Rochester. Hey, you guys are still welcome to come, but we just received a phone call from somebody within your department. They don't want you to share the stage with the other officers. So I said, you want us to drive out there, pay for our hotel, and sit in the back, and we'll just
hang out,
yeah, and watch everybody else and it wasn't even that we wanted to be acknowledged, because me and him really weren't. We just did our job, and we, at the time, we were best of friends, but I called him and I'm like, yo, get a load of this. And that just reignited everything. Like, who called? Because then now it's like, which one of you called? We know who's going up on stage, so who called? Hey, I didn't call. It's somebody from headquarters, and it very well may have been, but it's one of those, like, okay.
Wow.
So we did our job, and it was what happened.
Yeah.
So now, okay. Yeah, it was just one of those.
And
okay.
your own agency couldn't tell you, like, hey, we don't want you going to this thing. They had to call the other PD because it was their event and say,
which was more embarrassing.
Yeah, way more embarrassing.
You don't
it makes
acknowledge or support.
It makes your department look like a joke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't want to acknowledge us, but you're gonna pick and choose, and then you're gonna tell them that we can't go there, but we can sit there in our full dress uniform. Hey, we're gonna acknowledge those guys at that table. Come on.
That's wild.
And that's kind of when, I wouldn't say that's when stuff started, but it was just like, we're supposed to be in this job where you're supposed to trust one another, because you can't trust the public, right? That's what you're taught. You can't, everybody's lying until you can prove that they're, and then we have our own taking stuff away from us and making us look bad.
Yeah.
So we didn't go. We declined, and they mailed us our plaques.
Sent in the mail.
Literally sent in the mail. One day I was like, what is this? My son's mother was like, what is this? I'm like, I don't know. Open it. Stupid plaque. Thanks.
Wow. I'll
put it in my tote in the basement.
That's unbelievable, man.
The stuff, it's the things that administrations change over time.
Yeah.
But the politics of it doesn't.
No.
So when you are somebody who just goes to work, loves your job, gives everything you have to the job.
Yeah.
And maybe once every few years, once or twice a career, you're looking for, hey, I could have got acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
And then they shut that down from you. It starts to give you a bad taste of why do we even give more than the bare minimum?
Yeah.
Damn. So fast forward after that, that leads. We get married the next year. She had a rough pregnancy. She had some medical stuff that we had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. It wasn't serious, but she was in pain.
Yeah.
So, so we were going there. There was one night I left work and I met her right at the hospital. I think her sister was there with her, and, he was pressing up against her, and I think she had like a cyst or something. And, so that was rough on her. Then he's born, and then I leave.
Then you get into divorce. And
then we get into that, and I
yeah.
am living, like I said, my truth.
Yeah.
Eventually stopped talking to my parents.
And then you get together with your recruit and you guys get married?
Yeah, then we got married. That was one of the things I didn't listen to when they tell you, when you first get on the job, don't shit where you eat, don't get involved with another cop, don't. I always tell, and that's what I told my guys after I got promoted, is like, and my partner when I got promoted, is, the hot stove theory.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
don't touch it. I'm going to touch it.
I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to hold my hand there as long as I can to show you that it'll heal over time. So that, and I don't want to talk negatively about her, because what happened.
Yeah.
During the course of that marriage, she had 3 miscarriages, and so I always say, like, the officer involved shooting is like my second one, because the news loves to drag that in. It was a dog.
Okay.
And you're like, but it if it bleeds, it leads, right? So it's, this officer has used his weapon 3 times in the course of his career. And that was I don't know if we were married at the time or just together. But we get a call. It was a pit bull attacking a bull mastiff.
Mm.
But the owner of the pit bull was also trying to break it up for some reason. And the pit bull turned on her as well. So you have all of us there, dog control, who at least one of them, he carries.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, can you, in my mind, because my officer involved shooting was not, to me, it's not long ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you please, for the love of God, put that thing on the dog? The choker to pull up. And the dog broke it. So then the dog goes after the owner. And it took like 7 rounds to put that dog. Every one of them went into that dog.
7?
7.
Golly.
Until the final one where, boom, dog was coming at us.
Yeah. And
for like our range, we have like big garbage totes to use for like cover, pop up and shoot, and I'm like, when are we ever going to use these in the real world?
Yeah.
Well, I put one between me and this dog as I've, finally put her down, and I'm just like, for that too, that one was awkward in the sense that, it's a dog. You always hear of SWAT teams kicking in doors and killing the dog because that dog is trained to, but there was like a flurry of activity around that. It was just one of those scenes where
a little
chaotic.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Was the homeowner, or was the dog owner pissed?
No, she was actually yelling when the dog bit her on her, it was her ankle or hand.
Oh, shit, yeah.
She was like, kill my dog.
Oh.
Kill my dog. And I'm like, I can't. So I'm trying to talk to her. I'm like, you need to give me a shot.
Yeah.
I said, I can't. And finally she like did something and dragged herself over, excuse me, to where the dog was lined up perfectly. So I had the whole side of the dog.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh, it was sad.
I mean, it sucks, but
It
what are you going to do?
but
It's eating someone.
The animal had just attacked a bull mastiff who was bleeding from all over. Then the owner is now bleeding. And
Yeah.
so and then it goes to like the dark humor side where now the ambulance is pulling up and I'm looking, I'm like, I'm out front now because I have to go fill out my form for using my duty weapon and I, go back to work. But the lieutenant there was like, the owner of the pit bull is being treated now for ankle or arm, or maybe it was both.
Yeah.
And I was like, did I graze her? Did one of my rounds,
Yeah.
I said, I'm pretty certain I put all of them in the dog. And he's like, I don't, better go check. So now I'm like, oh man.
Well, yeah, for sure. Panicking.
It was just all the dog wounds.
Yeah.
And he's an old school guy. He's like, you're good, kid. Let's go back to the station and fill it out. And, you're good. Don't worry about it. And, I had like my partner's, he wasn't my partner at the time, but he was like running down the street when he heard the shots fired because it was in between a house. I couldn't hear out of my right ear for 2 months. Yeah. He's like, are you all right, man? I'm like, yeah, dude. It's
Dang, dude.
the dog.
Thankfully, I never had to put a dog down. I've seen some put down. It sucks, man. Like, it's not, I think people have this idea of like, oh, you get to shoot a dog. And
No,
there's no cop that I know ever wanted to shoot a dog. I can tell you. It's terrible.
And those are the ones that they go after the most.
Yeah, I know.
Many dogs. Like even the animal control guy, like he checked up on me after that. He's like, hey man, that one seemed to bother you a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like I understand, humans, we get bad over time.
Yeah, but a dog's a dog.
A dog, that's trained.
They don't know.
They don't know. That dog was trained and was just vicious from the jump. And so I was like, okay. So
yeah, those are rough, man. Dogs are rough.
And it's the innocence factor, right? Like you never want to, don't harm animals, don't harm the young, and leave the elderly alone.
Yeah.
Those, everybody in between.
Yeah.
You make, I think it's, we all make decisions.
Yeah.
I think, so like I said, he would like, check in, but I don't know. For that one, it was just like, everybody loves dogs. Everybody, it's just one of those.
They're tough, dude.
But that one was good.
Cut and dry.
It was, over with. But then you don't realize at the time how much of your career is publicized or can be publicized.
Yeah.
Until, hey, did you see? Oh, you're in the news. Oh, you're on.
So you got blown up over that one.
Not on that one, but that one was brought up along with my first officer involved, and they everything, even if you're cleared, you did it by the book or you did it, doesn't matter. It's going to be brought back up.
Oh yeah,
and I think. I always tell people this. Depositions, to me, are the worst part of this job.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. I would rather, I always use this analogy, I would rather fight Brock Lesnar than have to give a deposition.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to have to go through that.
Yeah.
When they're attacking your character. going second by second of something that took,
everything.
Yes, everything and anything, and then they're bringing up whatever they can.
Yeah, and they're spinning it the best way they can.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're spinning you in a negative light, but I realize that with police administrations and management.
Yeah.
Because what police agencies, and again, it doesn't matter if you're on the federal level, the county, the state, we're lacking leadership.
Yeah,
and
across
you
the
need
board.
leaders to lead. And when you don't have anybody's back, when you can't, this guy did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And we stand by him. If you can't say those words, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah. That didn't happen with you? They just kind of let it ride out?
For pretty much for every single one of my incidents that, I was involved in. They pick and choose who they want to take care of. And I don't want to say cover for, but that they won't, we're not going to entertain this.
Yeah.
They loved me for entertainment. And there's a few guys, that they would put up there.
Yeah. There always are, man.
And
it's always like, I feel like every agency's like that. They have that.
Yeah. And you almost feel, you do feel targeted.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, keep going. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my job, and you don't like the way that I do it because I go against what you want me to do compared to what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and what you can do.
And what you can, and that just goes back to when they tell you, oh, we're no longer doing this. Like the one time it was the mayor, marijuana was still illegal.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're not arresting for marijuana. You might not be.
The law says
but
I am.
Now I am. Like, it's one of those things. And so, it's the mixture of going back to, the second marriage it's a mixture of this job, no matter what it is, blends into, and then unfortunately it became, for me, I was regressing from it.
Yeah.
And for her, she was full-fledged running to it.
In the second marriage?
Yes, regarding law enforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break and we'll jump into that.
Okay.
All right, we're back. Good?
I'm good.
Had to take a little break there for a minute. We left off with Bravest about your second marriage and how that was going. So, long story short, get back into it. Your first wife and you ended. You roll into it with your recruit that you started a relationship with. You guys get married. How's that going?
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It's initially, you think, okay, well, she'll understand law enforcement, police, until it was more of a priority for her.
Yeah.
And it became less of a priority for me. And from a lot of the stuff that, we haven't even touched on here to the stuff that we have, like it got to a point where I love something that never loved me back.
The job?
And I was falling out of love with one of my loves.
Yeah.
And she had a passion for it. And I was, I had lost that passion. And
it's like we all have that passion in the beginning, right?
In the beginning, we all have the passion because, we haven't touched the stove enough.
Yep.
And for me, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And the passion for that was going away. And then my feelings for her, in my heart, I knew we're not there.
Yeah.
But in my head, I didn't want to fail again. I didn't want to be
Second failed marriage.
Second failed.
Yeah.
The first one being my fault. This one,
You feel like it was kind of both ways?
kind of. I'm not going to put her.
Yeah, no.
You know, but
It takes two, right?
it takes two. But
Yeah.
yes, like, but this one it took. I was hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
And mentally and emotionally, definitely hanging on by a thread. It was one of those where I hated work, but I'd rather be there to get away from her. Because then at least I could be with the guys. And
Were you guys on opposite shifts?
No, at this time, I had gone to the downtown, the theater district.
Mm-hmm.
She was still in the east side, but she was getting promoted to detective.
Okay.
So I went down there. We were trying to have kids at the time too, which never came to fruition. And, one of my friends...
Do you think that was part of the problem too? There was frustration with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I did research on too.
Yeah.
And one of my friends' wives, who after I had left the house, I went down to visit, soul searching, trying to figure life out. We were sitting, having a couple drinks over a fire in his backyard. And I'm talking, and, I think as cops, we're used to people being agreeable with us.
Yeah.
Which I've realized is that
Especially other cops.
Other cops, yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I take pride now in I'm not an agreeable person.
Yeah.
We can disagree agreeably, but I'm no longer that agreeable person. I'll stand, on my character and morals. But she looks at me and she says, Karl, at what point, after the second and third miscarriage, of God telling you no, did you want to force something he didn't want for you?
That's what she said?
That's what she told me.
Wow.
I put the drink down. Now, I'm not close with this woman by no means. She is one of my good friend's wives. And that's one of the smartest things I had ever been told. Because she wasn't agreeing with me.
Yeah.
How many times does somebody have to tell you no before you learn your lesson? And I'm like, damn, I never heard it put that way. And still sad, still something that I never came to grips with.
Yeah.
Of never being able to shed those emotions on losing those, especially when you find out that one was going to be a boy. I would have been happy with either.
Yeah.
I just, I want to put that out there.
For
but
sure,
it's, we literally found out we were in line at Wegmans, which is, it's a New York thing. But the grocery store, in line, and she gets a phone call, and we had my son at the time. He was there. She gets a phone call, and I can see in her face change. So I'm like, what? She gets off the phone, and it was a boy. And so I'm like, I start to tear up. I'm like, and she's like, don't do that now. Well, what do you mean don't? Obviously it couldn't have waited till the car.
Right.
Yeah, I could tell something's wrong. But then it was just, those on top of the job, her passion for it and my lack of. And then it just wasn't there, and it wasn't coming back. Kind of like, I'm a firm believer, and you lose the passion for the job, you're never going to get that love back.
Yeah.
Never what it was. So, I leave. We do try to make it work again. That was right around the time of I had another officer involved shooting. And
this would be your third.
This would be my third.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the news counts the dog, so that's why the media wants to use it against me. Okay, there's your. The day of. So, I'm sure like you have to. Union reps got to be there.
Oh,
got to get the attorney. Got to give there's like homicides there. I have to go to the hospital. I go back to the station house. That's where they take me first because it happened blocks from the station house. So this is in 2020, and I'm like, you need to have
bad environment.
Yes.
For us, yeah.
Yes.
Mine was in 2022, yeah.
So still very bad timing for anything involving police. Was that whole 2020 through even now? But we were in the heat, right there. So I'm running through my head because I perform better in high intense situations. I feel I get, calm, cool under pressure. Yeah. So she shows up. She's like crying. She's like, "Are you okay?" As soon as I heard it come out over the radio, I just knew it was you. So I'm fine. Very short with her. Made sure she was okay. Get her out of here. Take care of my son. Get a car on his mother's house. Get a car on my parents' house. Because at this time, it's 2020. I don't care about them hacking any of my information. Yeah. Make sure my family is protected. Had some pretty high, I wouldn't say high up people, pretty wealthy people around Buffalo who reached out. Yeah. Hey, you can stay in one of my hotels. Oh, wow. Hey, if your union doesn't defend you, I will step in. I will defend you.
That says a lot.
And I said, and then from what I heard was Buffalo would kick a lot of our stuff out. Wow. And give it to the feds and say, hey, investigate this.
I just want, not to interrupt you, but to let everybody know listening or watching that we're not going to go into the details of this iOS because it's there's still stuff going on with it. Yeah, so we're going to stay away from the details just so everybody listening knows. But
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, we'll kind of talk around it. Yeah. So yeah, I had that, making sure that everybody else around me was good. Yeah. I was good. I knew I was justified. And, the city did nothing for me. The county did.
The city turned on you. Or maybe not turned on you, but they just weren't going to support you in any way.
They weren't going to go out of their way. Right. And so I owned and I lived in a 3-unit home in Buffalo. Mm. The county put members of the SWAT team back there to sit on the house that I wasn't even staying in. I left and stayed in, I stayed in the hotel. Wow. My city wouldn't put me up in a hotel. Now, this is when they were targeting officers. Yeah. Targeting us. Hacking all of our stuff. They were, coming to, finding out where we live. And yeah. So after this, too, all of the officers that were on, a good chunk of the officers that were on this scene, I think the hardest part as an officer is accepting people for who they are. Mm-hmm. And the betrayal that comes thereafter. I lived in the district that we worked. You think somebody would stop by and see me?
Yeah, see how you're doing.
Would send a text message? Would call me? The members at the time mailed me an envelope They could have walked it over and hand delivered. That's how close I live to headquarters. And this will throw everybody for a loop. You know, when you're down, they say it's the people you never expect that'll check in on you.
Yeah.
At the time, I get a phone call from somebody. Pops up as his name. He worked out of internal affairs. I pick it up. Hello? Hey, Karl, this is so-and-so. Yeah, I know. Hey, how's it going? I'm not calling it as my title. I want to let you know that you're okay. Nothing's going to happen to you. How are you? And I'm good.
Thank you for calling and checking on you.
And yes.
Trying to like take some stress off.
Took the stress off, but he's like, if you ever need anything, you call me.
Yeah.
This guy was always solid.
Yeah.
Cop's cop. He went up there because he attained a certain rank that you only had a couple spots to go to.
Yeah.
Still within the union. Okay. Now, this happened in September of 2020. I didn't go back to work until the Tops mass shooting in Buffalo. That's one of the incidents that I went back to work after. He called me every month, if not more than once a month, to check in on me. And I think even at this time, he either went into retirement or was called me every single time. How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
Now, before this, which I would just like to touch on, because it shows you this guy's character.
Yeah.
So in Buffalo, we had the Niagara Square incident, right? Where the protesters were out there, the old guy came in and everything, that whole thing happened. So a couple days, I can't remember how long after that, they were lining us up to go in, normal patrol officers, because our ERT had all, I don't want to say disbanded, but they all were like, because two of the guys got arrested for doing their job.
Yeah.
That they were trained to do. So they were like, well, we're not gonna do this special duty because you're gonna arrest us if we do our job. So they were gathering us up to go into Niagara Square again to potentially kick people out, So this was kind of like when body cams were new to Buffalo. I said, so all of us are waiting to get orders as to what we're doing. So I'm like, we're all going to go out there and do what these guys just got arrested for?
Yeah.
So I call the union. I'm like, what do you want us to do? And they're like, well, you have to, obey lawful orders given by the lieutenant, but, make sure that you have your body cameras on. Go out there, cover yourself. The lieutenant at the time, which I have he was a company man, and he was a coward. I told him, hey, just so you know, we called the union. We're gonna do whatever we got to do, but we're gonna have our body cameras on, and we're gonna have our body cameras on now. I can't remember who was there. Might have been the chief or the deputy or something. But when we go out there, we're gonna have our body cameras on, because you're giving us an order to go out, which is fine.
Yeah.
So he writes up some nonsense, bullshit, official documentation, departmental documentation, brings it to the chief, who she was a solid chief, runs with it. So we have a thing called double up day. So every 2 weeks, both day platoons are in, both afternoon and midnight platoons are in. So we come back to work, it's double up day. We're sitting in the briefing room, and I see one of my former FTOs, going back to 2008, he's a lieutenant in internal affairs, not the one who was calling to check up on me. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? What are you doing here? And he's like, he just gives me a look. And I'm like, are you here for me? And he's like, yeah. I was like, so I'm dumbfounded. Everybody is dumbfounded. They're like, what did you do wrong? What? They suspend me for violating a policy that wasn't agreed upon between the union and the city.
Just not in effect, yeah.
And, nothing.
Yeah.
And stating that, I recorded a tactical something or another. And I'm like, no, I don't think I did. So I end up, they take my gun, come to my home, take my gun, go, I had to give my ID card. So this is June of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We're already at the build up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. What? One of the guys. So I end up getting suspended for 4 days. That was my first day at work. I got suspended for 4 days without pay. So I go home. Like I said, I lived a few blocks from the station.
Yeah.
So it did the opposite of what he thought was going to happen. He thought, oh, they're all going to fall in line.
Yeah.
No. They finished. Nobody would talk to him. Briefing broke. I had 6 cop cars parked in front of my house. And they would answer calls from my house. They were like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, they screwed you over for looking out for us, doing what the union said. We didn't skip the chain of command, which I think that's where he was really hurt. He thought that we skipped the chain of command. I'm like, no, it's the union.
It's the union. There's no chain of command.
And, and what's sad is I went to the union after, and because I fought it and I won.
Yeah.
I got my days and my money back. But I went to the union. I said, he's a lieutenant. I'm a PO. What do I got to do? Well, we can dock him pay. We can charge him with a union violation. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it because he lied on another union member.
Yeah.
What are you here for if we're not going to hold each other accountable?
Yeah.
If he's a lieutenant, he could just think he can do whatever he wants. Well, we don't really do that. Okay, then what do I got to do to put my hands on him? Well, he's a lieutenant. Get promoted. Okay. But then he ends up not transferring, but he gets injured and then retires on medical retirement. And I'm like,
on medical,
yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, that just goes to show the kind of this guy's character. But I'm like okay. And I think that's what, for me, it's not. That's why I kind of laugh, like when these not laugh. Like I get it, like the Punisher stuff, and like people are like, these cops that wear it and stuff. And no, it is cool. I do like it. Yeah. But what I've learned in my personal journey, I don't want to say it's maturity, because I don't want people to take that the wrong way. My personal journey is, I've leaned more into my faith. So it's, for me, no, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Yeah. And vengeance doesn't belong to me. It says it belongs to the Lord. So I'm just going to give it to him. And it's so much easier as a cop to not worry about shit that doesn't matter. Like, oh, hey, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, not me.
Not me, but couldn't say, I can't say I didn't see it coming. Yeah. So that gets brought up. Officer suspended for this. Yeah. Is involved in this, and I'm like,
painting the picture.
But, my chief was waiting for me that night when I came back after, hours and hours later. She's like, I hope that what happened in the past can be water under the bridge. And I looked at her and I'm like, you fucked up. something to that effect.
Yeah.
I said, you messed up.
Yeah.
And she just like stood there. And again, I like this woman.
Yeah.
She's retired now, and I really
She knew
do.
she messed up. Yeah.
She knew he got one over on her.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her. I don't hold anything against her. Like,
yeah.
you know, she's great. But yeah, you see that, you know, it's the whole cops eat their own, that you know.
You mean the thin blue line doesn't exist?
I hate that. And I do have
It's
a blue.
such a crock of shit, dude.
I've got a blue line flag at my house. You know, it really is, because
it's a crock of shit.
we're all here.
Yep.
One thing I was told early on too was, nah, we're just 750 independent contractors. Nobody cares about you. It's all about what they can gain for their own benefit. And I always tell people,
it's the only profession I ever really had, but I can tell you that in my experience, you're surrounded by backstabbers everywhere you go.
Yes.
In law enforcement.
And I tell people this because
not everybody, because there's a lot of I work with a lot of great fucking dudes.
Oh yeah.
But there is a lot of fucking backstabbing in that job.
Absolutely, because they want to get to the next.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it now. Even if as a PO, well, not anymore, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You got injured or you had to leave. I always tell people, like, so what? You did your job and you got killed in the line of duty. You're forgotten tomorrow.
Yep.
Somebody's like, oh, lieutenant spot is open.
Yeah.
Oh, detective spot's open. I'm on the list.
Yep.
And it goes back to, you know, you love something that will never love you back. For what? And look, I'm not saying that this is the greatest job in the world.
Yeah.
The best job in the world. But I'm not dying for a street sign.
Nope.
You're not putting my name, end of watch over here. No. And that was my thing after everything that happened in 2020. And then again in 2024, where I was like, no, I'm leaving on my terms.
What year was it? We were talking on our break, we were talking about some stuff, but sometime after that, your third shooting, you had a suicidal subject.
Yeah, so no, this was after I had taken the promotional test for lieutenant.
Oh, okay. So did you get promoted before this? Before that?
No, I
just had the test.
The test was after that. So I was out of work from September of 2020. I was on administrative leave.
Yeah.
So I was still getting paid. Everything was accruing. September of 2020 until May or June of 22. It was.
Oh, you were out that long?
I was out that long. And
where were you out that long? What?
So administrative leave is up to the administration.
Yeah.
I can only think that.
What was it that put you out that long?
Oh, that was my third OIS.
You were out that long? You were out that long for that OIS?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So you got to think, when I came back to work too, I had to go to the range. I had to go through.
You're starting all over.
I had to go through all of the Buffalo stuff. Like I had to go through all that.
Yeah.
And funny thing about that is when I first got back to work, that first day, similar call comes out to the one that put me out. And who do they dispatch? What am I going to say? No?
Dude, you know how many times I hear people tell me that same kind of story? Like they got involved in this incident and then they went back to work and their first call was like the same incident. I hear that all the time. It's crazy.
And I don't know how or why that happens or works that way. Only, you know.
Yeah.
But what am I going to do?
You're going.
I'm going.
Yeah.
And if it's got to be me again, it's got to be me.
Yeah.
So when I do come back to work, I say, you know what? You're getting the bare minimum of me that you know that I've never ever wanted to give.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to give more. So get back to work. I say they post the promotional test. And initially I wasn't going to take it because I was like, nope, I'm retiring in a few years. No. But then you see who starts to sign up for the test. And you start to see the way the department is going.
Yeah.
So I talked to a couple people. They convinced me to sign up and take it. And I said, you know what, this time, if I'm going to do it, this is the last time I'm going to give 110% to this job.
Yeah.
And I did. And I scored overall number 2, got promoted. But before that,
during this process.
During this whole process. So, you go through the written test, you go through the
oral boards.
Through the orals. Yeah, you have to go through oral scenarios that you have to talk through them. And then you have to go to the eventual in front of departmental, it could be the commissioner, deputy, chiefs,
Panel.
Yeah, the promotional panel. So I'm with my partner at the time, and she's actually getting her degree to be a mental health counselor. And I told her, second you get that, leave this job, take whatever you can, partial retirement.
Yeah.
Go do that. That's your calling, and that's what people need from this line of work. So it was towards the end of our shift, and we were driving towards the station house, actually, at this time, because it was towards the end of changeover, so we were like, all right, we'll just start to head back. And then dispatch puts call over the air. Man jumped from parking ramp. So she has a kid. I have a kid. We both would like to get home.
Yeah.
They call us. Bravo 243, we need you to take this, guy jump. Okay. So we go. We're the first car there. This guy is laying probably a few feet from the parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
Lady driving by, she stops. She's like, he jumped from the 4th.
She saw him jump?
No.
Oh, okay.
So she was driving by and saw him at the 3rd or 4th level.
Ah, okay.
She's like, no, he only jumped from there. So I jump in. There's this poor guy there. He worked, I think he was like hospital security or something. And he's trying to do life-saving, CPR, and he's trying to do all this stuff. And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, you're struggling, dude. You want me to hop in? He's like, yeah, please. The first chest compression I do, I feel the broken rib.
Right through.
And I'm right through.
Yeah, I've done that.
I'm like, I look at my partner and I'm like, nah, this dude's jelly. Literally.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So, you do that first one and you're like, I don't want to do more. But we all hear that term now, and I call it polyoptics because it's politically driven optics.
You got to show you're doing something.
So, yes. And so now this is right by Children's Hospital.
Mm.
So the parking ramp, I don't believe anybody from Children's could have seen where he was. But it's also right behind the home of the chicken wing, Anchor Bar.
Oh.
So you can see, and it's by one of the main intersections leaving and coming into downtown Buffalo. And not to mention, it's well within the hospital corridor. We have there's Roswell Park, that's the Cancer Institute. Then we have
it's like the whole medical facility
Buffalo
there.
General. Yeah, and then you have like the UB, it's like training, and then you chilled all this. So it's a medical corridor. So I'm doing it. Luckily, the fire department gets there within, minutes. And I'm just like, I look at the lieutenant or the fireman. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
No. So come to find out, no, our homicide detectives went up. It was like the 8th or 9th, and they found his car. And he had gotten some bad news, allegedly, from his doctor. Now, this guy was a well-renowned doctor. He was an instructor. I can't remember if he was a surgeon, but he was pretty well off. And because he was pretty well off because of his status as a doctor, his profession, he was a great doctor. And he just allegedly received a diagnosis and walked over to his car and just...
That was it.
That was it. And that was right within, like, my promotional...
Yeah.
Like, leading to the window. Like, that was, like, one where I was, like, mentally, I'm done here.
Yeah.
I am done. But I know I have to stay here mentally and emotionally until I get there.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the last calls that I vividly remember before I just was like, I have to get this promotion. And I went to the other call was Family Dollar. Go in there. They call because petty larceny.
Yeah.
Guy came in there.
Shit.
Just, stole dog stuff. Dog treats, dog toys. Complete bullshit. So we go in there. We're taking the report. My partner's taking the report. And I'm talking to the employees. I'm, just walking around making sure, like, it's good. Okay, well, no way he's going to come back.
Yeah, right.
All right, we'll be out in the parking lot. We're going to take a report for you. So we're sitting there, and we're kind of tucked away where we have view of the store. But if you're coming from where he left and came from, he can't see us. So I'm sitting there, and one of the ladies from the store is like, she's walking up to the car, but it's January in Buffalo, so it's freezing.
Yeah.
And I have my window up, and she's talking as she's walking up. So I'm like, what does she want? What could it be? So I roll the window down. Yes, ma'am. He's in there right now. He's got a gun to my manager's head.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, so now I'm like, no. Is he inside? Yeah, he's in there right now. So I'm like, all right. So I had my passenger door. I was facing Family Dollar. So I get out. I start walking with her. And I'm like, you move to the side. Yeah. I have to go in. So as I open the door, I have my gun out. As I open the door, he's rounding the corner to come out the door. So it was one of those, push to go out, pull to go in, So they're all freaking out, yelling, that's him. He's got a gun. He said he was going to kill me. That's him. That's him. So he's got his right hand in his jacket. I'm giving him a show me your hands. Show me your hands. He goes to go out the door. Luckily, my partner at the time stops him there. Gives me enough time to holster. Get him down to the ground. Recover a loaded revolver.
Almost a fourth shooting.
Almost a fourth. Had the revolver in his pocket, same pocket his hand was in, because he used the left hand to go out the door. He was using the left hand to pull or however that door was. And so during this time, I'm doing everything. We get the gun, we get it secured, we call the detectives. I want to get this guy down to cell block if he's not going to talk. We want to expedite the process. Like, this was just chaotic. again. And I'm like, damn. So after the fact, of course, like people are like, oh man, you should have shot him. You should have done this. And I'm like, and that goes back to like what we were talking about, these rumors and these people who've never been through anything. They're the kind of people who have never had to, well, their job never required them to fight for their life as a prerequisite. Like, yeah, you might have to fight for your life and that really upsets me when people talk about critical incidents or fights for your life when you've never been there. So you're dealing with that on top of, then there was rumors of the promotion happening any day now. Any day. They always happen, usually happen at like the end of the week, so then the next pay period to start off.
Jesus, and now you got this going on.
So now they serve me, and I won't forget it because it was, I think they served me charges on, it wasn't charges, it was an investigation from Internal Affairs on use of force complaint.
For this guy?
For this guy.
With a gun?
With a loaded gun, who threatened to kill a manager and fought with me and my partner.
Who you didn't harm.
Who I did not harm.
Oh my God, dude.
And so what they said was optics. Now, these are people who you lose touch with the street. It's kind of like
oh yeah, when you move over in the hallway, bro, you lose sight of things.
Yeah, you seen the movie Taken?
Mm-hmm.
Where he goes to the guy's house and he unloads the gun behind the toilet.
Yeah.
And he's like, you forget things. You behind a desk, you forget the weight of a gun when it's loaded.
Yeah.
These are the people who are.
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
This is a fight for your life on the street. Fight with a man with a loaded gun who threatened to kill somebody else.
Yeah.
He shot at an officer in the past, a Buffalo cop. He shot at one. Like we found this out after the fact.
Yeah,
of course. I don't know anything about this guy.
Yeah.
Until
at the time. Yeah.
After the fact, and everybody's pulling like his rat, and they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, like he shot at this guy," and well, optics, and I got to a point. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What it looks like. Let's talk about what it is.
Yeah.
And what it was.
Yeah.
And I lost respect for people like that who you sit behind a desk and it's funny. I use a lot of like music and movies, Peaky Blinders, where Elfie sits there and he's like, you stand there and you judge me.
Yeah.
I get you have a job to do, but you're out of touch.
Yeah.
You have no clue what it takes.
Yeah.
And I told one of the POs before I got promoted. So I said, you know who I trust on this job? And we were sitting in the locker room and he's like, who? And I said, I just go to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like what we were talking too. I trust with my life on that job back home in Buffalo. If I were to ever go back, less than 5 people that I would put in the car with me to trust.
That's terrible.
Not saying that the other guys aren't good or that they, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
When I was a lieutenant for my short time, I had a great platoon.
Yeah.
I trusted those guys to go out and do what they had to do. But I'm saying with when I was a PO.
Yeah.
But even some of them shocked me.
Yeah.
Some of those guys that I thought, oh, I've heard stories like
Squared
you're a
away,
cop, you're this.
Yeah. Nope.
And, like I said, I'm not saying I or anybody else is better than anybody, but at the time, physically, mentally, and emotionally, I knew, and I think those around me knew, like,
Do you think they started, excuse me, you think they started at IA because you were in promotional process and they just wanted to fuck you out of it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I had brought up a couple times.
Yeah.
I said, because the rumored promotion date, my internal affairs statement date was after that. And I'm like, I had to go out and I got my own attorney.
Yeah.
Like, I did nothing wrong. You're worried about optics. I'm fighting, this is life or death. Like, people don't understand.
Optics, what kind of message are you showing to the other guys in the department by doing this?
That's the thing. Oh, so that's basically what guys are saying now is, so we have to wait to get shot.
Yeah.
before we can even, or shot at
Use
before we
force.
can do anything.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's around the country. It's the same, you know, well, you're making these guys afraid to do their job.
That's the problem.
I've seen
right now.
so many videos now. Why aren't they going hands-on?
Yep.
Because in my head, I'm like, I would have went hands-on with him. That would have never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But they're afraid to go hands-on because of what the department or politics surrounding the department are that's gonna run the course of this investigation.
Yep.
When you did nothing wrong.
I talked to a cop the other day. I won't say where, but he was in the shooting, got shot. Luckily, it was in the arm, but had justified cause to shoot first, and he didn't because he was afraid of what was going to happen, and it almost cost him his life.
Unfortunately, it is going to cost
Has
officer or officers their lives moving forward.
Yep.
And it's because you don't have leadership.
Yep.
You have people who are there for their own gain.
Yeah.
You know, for their political gain and their career and you can't have this in this job.
Mm-mm.
You in this profession, you can't. It's detrimental. Starting at the backbone of every agency, which is the guys on patrol.
Yeah.
And we've lost that because we've put cowards in places that need leaders.
Yeah. And it keeps happening because just the quality of what's coming, what's going out to be law enforcement these days is just not what it used to be. And I don't give a shit. I'll say it. It's just not there. The quality of applicants are not there anymore.
No, it's not. Well, nobody wants to do it.
No, I can't blame them. I don't want to do it.
I was on the phone with one of my good friends. He's still on the job. He can't wait to retire. And he's like, he was telling me, he said, back when we got on, people were fighting to get on this job.
It was almost impossible to get hired.
It was impossible. People wanted to get on to Buffalo. They wanted to get onto these departments.
Yep.
And now you can't even find quality applicants to put in a class.
Some of it's I go to a lot of academies and instruct, and sometimes I'm just like, this is what we're pumping out on the street right here. This is the best we got. It's frightening.
And that's another reason, like multiple reasons why I knew it was time to go.
Yeah.
And it was just.
Well, you got promoted to lieutenant, so you made it through that IA, I would imagine.
Yes.
So promotion comes, you get lieutenant. Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
How did that go over with like the other upper echelon? Were they like, fuck, this guy's here with us now?
No, it wasn't that way on their end. Because I went to a district that had a great chief.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I was at that point in my life and my career where I knew, hey, I'm going to control what I can control.
Yep.
And I'm going to control my platoon. And it's kind of like anything else. Nobody's going to fuck with my guys.
Yeah.
We're going to take care of our guys. Everything's going to be handled here.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I had a great platoon to get promoted and go to.
Yeah.
They were hard workers. You know, I very rarely had to leave the office, you know, on a traffic stop. Yeah, I want your supervisor.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd go there and
simple things.
You don't realize the power of a white shirt showing up, just listening to somebody, but okay, well, you're still getting the tickets.
Calms it down.
And they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
But my guys knew they were hard chargers. They were, you know, they were good, but they knew,
weren't afraid of you. They respected you. Yeah.
Let's get them out here.
Yeah.
Calm it down.
Yeah. LT, he'll take care of it for us.
Yeah. That's nothing. And those guys could take care of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was, you know, proud of those guys. And I wrote a few of them up.
Yeah.
Luckily before I left, and, you know, I think about four of them have gotten accommodations.
Yeah, good.
Deservedly so. And they were treated better than I was. But yeah, it was one of those things. I was going through it, loved my platoon, loved where I was at. just sitting at my desk one night, and I just was like, look over at my partner. I was like, I'm going to go home. Because we could take personal time, you could split up into half of your shifts. So it was like 1:45 in the morning. And I was like, yeah, I'm going home. And I start taking all my stuff off, and he's like, you're not coming back. And I was like, no, I think I'll be back. I was like, I'm just going to take a day. He's like, hey man, it's been fun. He knew it there that I wasn't coming back. I was driving home. I was right by Delaware Park. It's a big park in like North Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I like look over to my right. It would just happen to be the park. That's when I knew. I was like, yeah, I'm not going back.
And you didn't?
I didn't. I went home. So normally for me, I would get home if I took a half a PL, we call it. I usually couldn't get to sleep till like 3.
Yeah.
I get home, unwind. I got home, I went right to sleep. I didn't wake up till like 8, 9 in the morning.
Just that peace with it.
I woke up, I counted all my sick time, I counted all my vacation time. Counted it again. It was like, reached out to my cousin. He was retired, and I'm like, hey man, I think I got enough time.
Yeah.
So he crunched the numbers for me, and he's like, yeah, you'll be just fine. And I wrote it out, and
that was it.
That was it. Never went back.
That's wild, man. Just like that.
But I knew.
Yeah, you knew, but
it's one of those.
It's just, when was it going to hit you? Like,
when was it? Yes.
Yeah.
And it's all the old timers are like, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
Man, I knew.
Dude, when you look back on your career, you went through a lot. There's a lot of like really negative shit, right? In all of our careers, especially like you went through a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, like for me, like everybody wants to know, like, where are some funny stories? Where are these stories? Like, what's the funniest thing that happened? I'm always like, I don't remember, dude, because I just remember all the fucked up negative shit for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just what sticks in me. But do you remember? And if so, like, if you look back over your career, like, what's one of the really good moments that stands out for you?
For the job, just for like the
yeah. Like, take away all the negative aspects of everything you've went through. Is there a moment that you had in your career that you can look back on and be like, I was happy during that moment, or I was proud in that moment, or I'm thankful for that moment? It's a tough question.
Yeah, it's a very people would think, that's an easy question.
It's not an easy question.
Not even when you're not on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very difficult question in a profession that is shadowed by the negatives of society.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I wanted to see if you could think of one, because honestly, I don't know if I can.
Honestly, for me, I wouldn't say it's just one funny story. I think it's some of the friendships that I've made, or like just the locker room humor.
Yeah.
Of
the day-to-day banter.
Yeah. Like, just giving each other shit.
Yeah.
And not caring, like not worrying that somebody's going to complain about, you said this or that. And
yeah. The brotherhood that you do have.
Yeah, with the few that
earned it.
That have earned that. Man, I don't know.
I get it.
It's one of those. I'm just thankful for what was.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a good, it gave me a pension. It gave me benefits. It gave me something to do for 18 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we were saying. Like, people have stories and they bring up stuff, and I'm like, who was that?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You ever
I'm
talk
like,
about
really?
that
They're
earlier?
like, yeah. And
You just forget.
yeah, you really do. You forget I think just that, man, joking with people, making people just laugh, even when it was their worst day,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just, I think helping, I don't even want to say it was helping people. A lot of cops say, oh, I was in this for helping people.
Yeah.
All right, you can use the cliche answer.
Yeah.
You could be honest.
That's
you did
the interview answer.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's the Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I did it for me.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
I was good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't miss it. People
Yeah.
ask me, do you miss it? No, I don't.
No,
miss
I don't
it.
miss it either.
I don't miss it.
I was like like we were just saying a minute ago, like you miss like the banter. I miss some of the guys. And I miss
Yes.
I miss those. I miss those quiet moments on midnights when it's 3 a.m. and my shift partner pulls up next to me, rolls his window down. He's like, "Wait, just shooting the shit." Like,
Yes.
hey man, like I'm fucking beat. Take a 20-minute nap. I'll take watch here real quick and make sure everything's good. You know what I mean? Like I miss those moments. Or meeting in the parking lot and shooting the shit.
Yes. Well, people say what the cop 69.
Yeah,
the,
dude.
the
Yeah,
pull up,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. I miss those little moments.
Those are, like, I always there was one. So our shift wanted breakfast.
Yeah.
I think it was like pancakes and pancakes and stuff. But the stove broke.
Yeah.
And it was freezing outside. So somebody brought in like a portable, like a griddle.
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody else brought up a propane tank into the station upstairs.
Yeah.
And like hooked it up. And we had breakfast up there, and like I walk in, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is and like everybody busts out laughing. They're like, do you want chocolate chips in your pancakes? It's like, guys, we can't
Can't have the propane tank up in the kitchen.
It was just hilarious. And like, we'll send the picture around every once in a while, like joke with one another. Like,
yeah. It's the little moments like that, man.
it's the little things where, the average person doesn't see the humanity in the police officers. Like, the only time they see us laughing is if they caught us laughing on the news while a dead body's laying there. And, the average person is like, how could you laugh at that? Well, we're not laughing at that.
Yeah.
I'm talking to this dude about whatever.
Because this is how we are. We see this stuff so often that we don't have to focus on it. We can focus at something else over here to get our minds away from it.
Yes. And people say you become desensitized. I
don't like that term.
No, we don't become desensitized to it. It's
because it's not that you're desensitized. It's because you're going to feel it. It's just a matter of when you're going to feel it.
Yes, and you could feel it on that one call.
Yeah.
That's filmed by three cameras. Sorry, and it wasn't a bad day. It was a bad moment because of it. It's one of those. Your cup overflows. There's only so much that you can put into your mind before it starts to overflow and affect you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And unfortunately, some of us get to that point while on duty, while on a call, and it escalates. Do I blame those officers? No. We're all human. Yeah. They just expect us to go out there and operate like we're robots. And they've removed the humanity from this job. They've removed the emotion. And when you don't acknowledge that, that's when you have cop suicides. That's when you have domestics. That's when you have stuff like with me, like with my my divorce. And I don't dwell on it. I don't say, oh, if I would have made it work for the first marriage, it would have been all sunshine and but some people do, and some people don't get the help and treatment to deal with it. And they don't have those lieutenants like I did. They don't have those officers to pull them aside and say, "Hey, here's so and so's number. Go talk to him."
Yeah.
And, you get a lot of these agencies and departments, and they push along, like, the peer support team and call cops and call this. Like, no.
Yeah.
No. And I always tell people that I looked at that list, and I would tell people, you point out on this list who I'm going to call.
Yep.
And they're like,
I've seen those lists.
But
I'm not talking to that person.
No. And my thing was, it's not that I'm better than them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're qualified to talk to people. But not one of you has done and been through what I've been through.
Nope.
What are you going to tell me?
Yeah.
And it took an officer who helped me out and my counselor, my mental health counselor, who I go to regularly, who I just went to last month or so, just for maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the ones who told me. They said, Karl, you need to go to, we call it's PCIS.
Mm-hmm.
It's like post-critical incident seminar. Like, you need to go. And they kept pushing because it's not mandatory. You have to clear, if it's like your work days, you got to clear it through the department, because why would they want you to just go get mental health treatment? So as it got closer, I said, it was in downtown Buffalo. So I said, okay, I'll go, but on my conditions.
Yeah.
And they were like, what are they? At the time, I was difficult. And I guess maybe some people would say I still am. My son's mom, maybe. But I told him, I said, you're going to put me up in the hotel. I live 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
You're going to put me up in the hotel. And they wanted my wife at the time to go. And I said, she doesn't go. And they're like, well, Karl, I said, nothing. That's it. You want me to go here to get better? That's it. And it was like a 3-day, it wasn't like an inpatient thing. It was just like a seminar.
Yeah.
You sit with other people, you listen to their critical incidents. And the first thing they tell you is, what you're going to learn here today is that you think you're fucked up, but you're not as fucked up as the person to the left or the right of you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all fucked up. Just how much are you? And I went, and that was, when I say pivotal, I don't want to say life-changing, but it was pivotal in where the direction of my personal life was going to go. That's when I decided, yes, this divorce is going to happen, which they were like, that's not our whole, I said, it wasn't, I have to do this for me.
Yeah.
If I am going to live a long, healthy life for my son and for myself into retirement, I've got to do this for me. And it was a great seminar. Like, I recommend it to anybody. They do have them in other states, because they had speakers come from, he was like a Georgia sheriff, South Carolina State Police. Like, these guys are all, it's not just from your agency.
Yeah.
So it's great. And then I always recommend my guys too. Like, hey, if you don't want to talk to me, you don't want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Just go vent. And people don't understand, like, if we're talking in a mental health aspect, just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for a response. Like, I think what a lot of cops need is just to be listened to.
Yeah.
Listened to and not judged.
Yep.
And not brought up in the future as something against you. To me, that's what I've put on the forefront and the priority in my retirement is, taking care of officers and their mental health and, veterans. But you just, again, you have to go back to the hot stove.
Yeah.
And the way that we ran it as lieutenants, where you got to let them touch the hot stove, but pull them back. You don't want them getting too far. We don't want 3rd-degree burns here. We want a little...
Yeah, let them learn.
Let them learn. We'll get a blister, and then But that's just, I think, how most men are, most cops in this profession, and sometimes throwing it in your face and being overly proactive with it is not the best, because you're not going to get those guys who truly need it.
Yeah. Dude, we've been going at it for a while, man.
little while. Yeah. My son was like, what are we doing today?
He's probably out there wondering if you left him or not.
He's like,
oh man,
surprised he hasn't texted me that he's hungry or something.
Dude, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming down, man. Taking the trek down and come on and share your story and opening up with me. And yeah, it's been awesome sitting here with you, dude. Be honest with you, I could sit here with you all day, but I know you gotta get out here at some point. So
no, I appreciate it. I hope I lived up to the expectations.
Oh, dude, it's been great, man.
Those guys at home that were looking forward to seeing me out here. I just, it's my first one, so I hope I did you right. I hope I did,
Oh, dude, this is great, man.
Did myself good.
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I appreciate it, and I know those guys back home that are friends with you still on the job. I know they're going to be they'll be proud of you for coming out here and sharing your story, dude. So, yeah, thanks a lot, Karl.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I really do.